everyone, this is Annie. I hope you all are doing great tonight. And tonight I have a simple manicure for you guys, so I hope you will enjoy this videos. So let's get started. And these are the items that we will be needing for tonight's manicure. I'm going to go through them very quickly with you. I have here my acetone, my roller tape brush for cleaning that stamper, my favorite fast drying top coat, the nail polishes that I've used on this manicure. I have some striping tape. If you don't have this, you can grab masking tape or any type of sticky tape. My stamping plate, my stamper, some studs, and some nail stickers as well for tonight. And the tools I'll be using is a pair of scissors, a pair of tweezers, a cleanup brush, my cotton cloth, and this is optional. This is a wax pencil that I usually use to pick up my studs and jewels. If you don't have this, you can feel free to use the tweezer. It does the work just as good. So let's get started. Alright, so I have gone ahead and I have painted my nails, have that thoroughly dried before we can go ahead and stamp. And basically what I did is I went ahead and I did one coat of white, and this was my Wet n Wild white, and it's number 453B, and it's called French White Creme. And then I took my Sinful Colors number 953, which is Unicorn, and I applied 2 coats of this. This is a very, very pale yellow once you apply it on, so you'd probably have to do the same and apply 2 coats if you want to get that shade that I have, or if you want it just a little bit darker, go ahead and apply a 3rd coat and maybe that'll come out to the color you'd like. So now that this is thoroughly dry, the next thing I want to do is go ahead and apply those little jewel studs, and I'm going to use 2 shades of pink as I have here, lighter pink and the darker pink. And to pick these up, I will be using my favorite little tool, which is my wax pencil. So let me get the first shade of pink ready. That's going to be the lighter one. And the way I like to apply these is by applying 1 layer of my top coat. Get those jewels nice and stuck in that top coat. And then give it another layer of top coat immediately, and when we're completely done with the manicure at the end, I also go back and do that. So since I'm putting it off to the side, I'll apply one side there with the top coat. And tonight we're actually doing 2 nails with these jewels. And we'll do the first one, which is the light pink. Put that on there, off to the side. Tap it down or press it down to secure it. And then we're also going to do the same to the thumb. So I'll do 1 color at a time. Apply a nice thick layer. Go in. Get my little stud and press it down. And then we'll get the darker color here. Press that down. And do the same for this one. Just to secure it a little. Just gently tap it down. And once those seem to be a little bit secure, I go back again and put a nice thick layer of that top coat, especially around those studs, because I don't want those to fall out. I want them to last as long as my manicure, and usually when I do it this way, they do last as long as the manicure, sometimes for a week even, or until I change the polish, of course. So that's one way of locking it in. Just apply a couple layers of top coat in there very generously, and that will do it. Okay, great. So now that we have those 2 nails completed already, let's grab my stamping plate and my stamping tools and we'll get stamping. I'll be right back. Alright guys, so now that we're ready to stamp, the first thing we want to do is pre-cut all your tape and stickers. So let me just show you what I did. You're going to need 3 pieces of tape, or here I am using striping tape, so you're just going to need 3 pieces per hand. So you're going to need 6 total. And if you are using masking tape or sticky tape of any kind, try and cut them as thin as you can. The reason for that is we're going to be placing these over our stamping image, and we don't want to pull the image out when we are removing these little striping tapes. So keep that in mind. Make them as thin as you can and have 6 pieces ready before you stamp. Also, I am using stickers tonight. If you choose to use these stickers, it'll be best if you can also pre-cut them. These I picked up in eBay, and as you could see, they have a nice transparent backing. So what I did is I pretty much angle the stickers in the position that I want, and I have already pre-cut them as well. So you can go ahead and do that, so you know your manicure doesn't take a long time as you go along. And tonight I will be using my stamping plate. This is number XY19, and I'm using my semi-squishy stamper with my favorite scraper from Bondle Monster. The color nail polish we'll be stamping with is by Bonita, and it's number NP371, and it's called Kissable Fairy, and it's also a pale pink for this particular manicure. So now that we have all the stuff ready, let's get stamping. And the image that I've decided to use with this particular manicure is going to be the boxes. And you may not see it very well as I am stamping it on because it's such a pale pink. But you will definitely see it in the pictures at the end. I'll give you a close-up of that, and then you can see that's coming through. And I didn't want to have too much of a busy background with this one, so that's why I've chosen these colors and this particular image here. So here we go. It's very, very light. You can probably not even see too much of it, but line that up as best as you can. And I'm going to start with the pinky first. And I'm just going to press it and roll it on. And like I said, you probably is not going to see this right away because it's so pale, but you'll see it with the pictures. You can barely see it, but it is there. Let's move on. And this is going to be a quick one because it's just 3 fingers that we're doing as far as the stamping and the decorating tonight. There it is again. Do the middle one next. I'm just going to roll it on. Let me see if I can let you see this. It's very, very light. I'll have to show you after because the camera is not really letting you see it too well. So I'll show you it after the manicure. And let's do that last fingernail, which is the index nail. And then we can go ahead and paint the tips as we have them. There's it. And it's on, and that's it for the stamping. So let's grab your stickers, your striping tape, and keep that pink polish right next to you. Alright, so here now I have my striping tape, my stickers, my pair of tweezers, and my nail polish. And the first thing I'm going to do is apply these little striping tape to the nails. And when you actually stamp the image on the little boxes, you're going to see little spaces on it. Let me show you what I mean here. Here's the swatch that I actually did this on first, and as you could see on this one, you could see the boxes, how pretty they came out. When you're placing your striping tape, actually go in the middle you could place it on the line as well, but I actually did this one by going in the middle, so I'm going to continue doing that. So where you see the box, just go in an angle, but go in the middle. I know you're not going to be able to see it as I'm doing it here because the camera is not picking it up, but I am doing it in the middle and leaving a space at the bottom. Just apply that right across the nail like such and press it down. Make sure there's no little bumps and spaces, because when we apply that pink, if it's not pressed down properly, it's going to go underneath and it's going to be sloppy. So make sure and press that tape down and let it not be lifted anywhere. Do the same for the other nails. Apply that tape. This one doesn't want to stick quite yet. There we go. Just go ahead and give it a nice press again, especially at the ends, because sometimes these ends tend to lift off, and that's where the nail polishes go in and mess up the entire manicure. So give it a nice press, make sure it's secure. And once those tape is down, go in there and polish the tips now. Remove the tape immediately when you polish it. Do not let that nail polish get hard on the tape, because it will lift off as you pull in that tape. So as soon as you polish one nail, remove that tape. So there we go, nice and quick. Don't forget to do the ends and remove the tape. And I'll do the same for the next two. And if you don't like this pink and yellow, this manicure also looks nice in a very, very nude background. The base coat would be nude and it looks beautiful with white as well. So you can try that if these are not your color combination. And you can also experiment with it too, you know. And I'll remove that. And that's it. That's done for the tips there. And now it's time to apply those stickers. So here I have the stickers, and like I said, I already pre-cut them, and this striping tape will not let go. Okay, I've already pre-cut them, and if you have these are really good, you know, because like I said, they have the background, so you don't need to peel the whole thing out and measure them up. I have actually just gone ahead and measured them up like this and then cut them off right there and stuck them back right here, so I'll have them. But I decided to use these little floral things here, and they're pretty cute. It's the exact color of the pink nail polish that I'm using, and I am going to put this directly under the pink, but I am going to leave a very thin line there, very, very thin line. That's one reason I said try and get that space when you're lining them up with the striping tape, so you don't see the boxes under there too much. But go ahead and apply that, press it down, and even though I've lined these up, I still need to cut some excess off, so I'll go ahead and do that. You can take your fingers and press it down, just don't press that tip of the nail polish as you're doing this. And if you could see, I have just a tiny excess piece there, so I'm just going to chop that right off before we move on. Get that stuck really, really well. And we'll go to the next. I don't know how well you could see it here. My camera has been misbehaving for quite some time now. I probably will have to change this little guy soon, but it is lined up pretty well. I just want to secure that, so I'll go in and just make sure it's nice and stuck there to that nail polish. And do the same. You don't want it lifting off on you, okay? And we'll do the next two. press it down again as we go along. This one was cut much better. And the last one. Cut the excess off, which is right here, little pieces hanging out. And then we can go ahead and apply our top coat. Clean up the edges first. Let me get my brush and my acetone and let's clean up those edges first. And then we'll apply our top coat. Got my little cleanup brush. Just go around the edges and clean up that pink from the stamping. Not much cleanup. And that's it. And let's apply the top coat right away. So when I'm using these little stickers, I actually like to apply 2 layers of top coat. And the reason for that is because sometimes the ends lift off. Even though you put top coat on it, they tend to lift off, and that's how they peel out. But I've realized what works for me is when I actually put 2 layers of top coat, they actually kind of secure it a little bit. It kind of evens out the bumps from the sticker. You don't feel that sticker bump, and then it locks it in. So I'm going to apply 2 layers, one after the next. There's my first. Don't forget to cap the tips of your nails, guys. I always remind you of that. And that usually helps to prevent chipping from your nail tip. Go up. And also I said that I was going to go back over these jewels. So here's that other layer of top coat on the jewels. And be very generous. When you stamp on your nails, be very, very generous with your top coat. Especially if you have, bolder patterns on your nails, you want to be generous because you don't want to ruin that. And also it helps to have a thicker top coat than a thin top coat. So if you shake the bottle up and it looks really thin, probably best to not get that one. And if you are using a thinner top coat, try not to swipe over the images twice because they will ruin your image. They'll pull the image and it'll run, so you don't want to do that. And again, I'm going to go over these sticker nails now one more time. And as you can see, my brush is loaded with top coat. So I do recommend you do the same. That's why I use the fast drying one. I prefer to use that one because it does dry faster. And I like doing my nails, but I don't have patience to sit there and wait for it to dry. Don't forget to cap the ends again. And that's the last one. And that's it, guys. We're all done. So I know you can't see the box pattern that I have too well on the yellow, so that's why I'm putting my swatch stick here for you to see that. It's a very elegant manicure, and like I said, you may not like the combination of yellow and pink, but it also looks good in white and a nude color background, something a little brown or a lighter shade of pink. So you can try that if you don't like this. But I wanted to do something nice and colorful. I figured for the summertime, use colors, so this is the ones that I chose. But I do hope you like this manicure tonight. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions, always feel free to write to me. I'll answer them as best as I can. Don't forget to subscribe for my upcoming newest videos as well. And have a good night, everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.